This elephant has been enslaved for the last 50 years. And today is a wonderful, wonderful day because today she's trekking to freedom. When I first saw her, she had a 30-foot chain that weighs hundreds and hundreds of pounds wrapped around her neck. Her head was literally caving in from lack of nutrition, starving to death. I definitely knew that the clock is ticking. We need to get her to the sanctuary.
This is gonna be your new life. You just get to hang out with people and eat trees.
It was a really, really good feeling taking that chain off her. And that's what it all comes down to, is that moment. I imagine the fact that she was in chains for 50 years, there was a lot of confusion when we started walking, because where we let her off the chains, we were not at the sanctuary. We had to walk her to the sanctuary, which was still a day away. Show you how well she eats a pineapple. We would take breaks probably every hour or so to give her a couple mangoes, a couple pineapples, just to give her a little bit of food and energy. But it was also about just kind of pumping her up. Seeing her arrive at the sanctuary and knowing that she's about to have a bunch of friends was a really great feeling. Let's go meet your friends. Come on. One way you can always tell an elephant's happy if they're flapping near. It's kind of like a dog wagging its tail. And she was flapping her ears right away. That tells me that she was comfortable. That tells me that she felt safe.
On the second day, we introduced her to an elephant that was recently rescued.
Our new girl getting to know new members of her herd. We are just so excited to have her here and be chain free and living a life where she can just get fat and happy with her new pal. One day I was literally just watching a documentary about Asian elephants and the abuse that they go through. And I was so inspired by that documentary. Within an hour or two of watching, I bought a plane ticket to Southeast Asia to go rescue an elephant. It just so happened that it was around my birthday when I did that. So I made a promise to myself that every year for my birthday, I'll rescue an elephant. So far, we've rescued 4 elephants. My hope is that people stop going to riding camps. A lot of times people visit these so-called elephant sanctuaries thinking that they're doing something good. If the camp is allowing riding in any shape or form, it is a bad camp. There's no way around it. Elephants are not made to be ridden on. Now, of course, I want to see a world where elephants are just living in the forest and we don't even have to worry about riding camps. I would way prefer them to be how they were meant to be, and that is walking through unspoiled land.
Baby girl. Oh, you're not baby girl. Hey, you want this?
I wanted to introduce you to Bolcom. She is a 49 years old logging elephant. She has to pretty much log from sun up to sundown. So Planty Peace is out here on a rescue mission trying to see if we can't negotiate her freedom. She brings roughly 10 logs a day.
Literally within the first minute of seeing her actually log, I knew in my heart, this is the elephant that we're going to rescue. It's just really shocking to see all the stuff that they had to put around her just to carry these logs, and the damage that these chains and carrying these logs do to her physically. The reality is these elephants are not designed to carry logs. These elephants are not designed to let people ride on top of them. The owners brought her literally halfway to the rescue, and they just dropped her off to us in the middle of the highway. And that's where we began her walk to freedom. This is kind of funny. We've been walking for the last 3 or 4 hours or so, and she requested to make a pit stop when she saw this corner store, and this lady's kind enough to get her some water. Super, super sweet. She's hot. Is that good? Is that good? Well, that does feel good, actually. All right, we're almost home free. Just got to convince her to walk across this river. We had walked her roughly 20 miles right before getting to the rescue, but we had one more major hurdle that we had to get past, and that was getting across the Mekong River. I definitely did not know once entering the water how fast the water was moving. And I mean, at one point, once we started crossing, it came to a point where we were saving each other because the water started sweeping me away and pushed me into her. And I had to use her to keep my body up.
We need your help. Now we're rescuing each other.
One thing too that really made me happy to know is that for her to trust me to walk across that river, I think that she knew that the situation was a positive one for her in some shape or form. All we had to do was get across that river, and forevermore she would be free. There was 300 acres on the other side waiting for her and friend. It was a magical moment.
Making friends. You're getting to know each other.
Out of all the elephants that I've ever rescued, she is definitely the happiest and the sweetest.
This is really amazing. We just rescued this elephant and the villagers have come out to do a blessing ceremony.
When I first saw Tofu, Tofu was chained to a pole. Tofu really hated being put in chains.
Hey everyone, it's Aaron with Plains of Peace on a rescue mission. He'll live out the rest of his days forever here if we don't intervene.
I found Tofu at a riding camp where tourists go and ride elephants. The people running these places tend not to be for the elephant. The day that we finally negotiated Tofu's freedom, they dropped him off in the middle of the woods.
Tofu, like a champ.
This was the first baby elephant that I've ever rescued. Tofu is going to be rewilded. He's going to be the first ever elephant that we put back into the wild. So that's also kind of exciting. One thing for certain is that Tofu would have lived out the rest of his day in chains. So seeing those chains come off, that's what it's all about.
Hey. That's good.
We were pretty nervous. Is Tofu going to run off once we take these chains off? And these are all new people he's around. So we decided to bring in another elephant that was rescued to come just kind of help us and help guide Tofu's Foo as we started the walk to freedom.
Got some really good news. Once this baby boy crosses this little stream, he'll forever be free. This is where our property begins.
Our number one golden rule is we never help one elephant to hurt another. So we want to make sure that no money that we use will go towards buying another elephant.
You coming over to say hi?
It was awesome when Tofu became the Mandalao and we were able to introduce Tofu to the matriarch.
You coming to say hi to the baby? Oh.
It was one of the most adorable things I've ever seen. They walked up to each other in their curiosity and they gave each other a little sniff, and they looked like they'd known each other their whole life. It was really sweet to see the matriarch take him in and share some sugar cane together. It's just a really sweet moment for sure, something I'll never forget.